real shout. We were only 7. Together every night. Pull up, but we are not 7 with you.
And welcome to the Everything Goes podcast. I'm Omar, the host, and today is a 0 o'clock episode, which means it's a fun, light, happy episode. We're not gonna rant about anyone, or at least only a little bit. So it's mostly fun, and today we have some very, very special people that I'm so excited that they're here. They're part of the pillars of the fandom, I think. And that's One in an Army. We have the One in an Army brigade here to talk to and learn from them and learn about them. And yeah, I'm so excited. So guys, introduce yourselves.
Should I start?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So hello everyone, my name is Louise. I'm with One in an Army, and I'm usually the one that you might see on Twitter because I'm one of the admins on Twitter.
Okay, next we have Uni.
Hi everyone, my name is Uni and I'm from the Philippines. I am from One in an Army as the designer and one of the writers.
And we have Dolly.
Hi everyone, my name is Dolly. I'm part of the design team of One in an Army. So yeah, hi.
My name is Elizabeth and I come from Scotland and I'm part of the One in an Army team. Yes.
So hi everyone, I'm so excited that you're here.
Hi.
Yeah, so we have here Michelle, we have Erica, we have Lena, and we have Larry. Say hi everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. And it's gonna be Sammy, Janice, and Malika.
Yeah, Malika.
Yes, Malika. Okay, excellent. Because that's the way you're framed in my computer.
Oh.
That's the order I have here.
Sammy, you're number one. Number one.
Bow, bow, bow. Okay. So first question. Now it's gonna be, we're starting with the easy, then going to like middle hard question, then like very, very difficult, cutthroat, intense questions. Okay, that's it.
How many passes do we get?
Cutthroat.
For the cutthroat ones, there are no passes. You have to answer. It's very difficult. Everyone
I'll answer
try
for
to.
you, Sammy, if you want.
Okay.
No, you can do it. I have faith in you. You can do it. Everyone in the Discord complained, but you can do it.
Oh my gosh. I'm ready. I didn't know we were playing a game show, but I'm ready.
No, it's just fun. But okay, so first question. How did you become an army?
Okay, so me first. Well, I was a K-pop fan like college, so like back in 2010, I was really into K-pop. And then sometime after college, I actually lived in Korea for a while, teaching English there. Yeah, and so there was Korean culture and K-pop all the time, so I didn't really have to follow it. And then coming back to America, I was like, I think I'm over my K-pop phase. Little did I know, 3 years later, 4 years later, like my niece was like playing music videos on TV, just sharing things with us, and she was listening to Spring Day over and over again. And I was like, okay, so yeah, so I was like, okay, so she's into K-pop. I'm so, I was like really excited for her because, I went through that phase as well. And one day, like, I just decided, I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this BTS, like, because I love music in general. So I would go to Spotify and just listen to an artist's whole discography, just, to have a good opinion, like, expose myself to new music and then have like a fair opinion. And then so I started listening to one of their albums, and it was You Never Walk Alone. And second song in, Blood, Sweat, Tears. The beginning.
Yeah, there you go.
Starts, right? And I was like, who is this? Is this a female vocalist that they just included? And I was obsessed. I was looking all over. I asked my names. I was like, who is this person that's starting the song? Because it's so interesting. And then I find out it's Jimin. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
and
I love Jimin.
That's how I fell down the hole, and here I am.
And just quick, where did you live in Korea?
In Daejeon.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like 50 minutes, like fast train from Seoul. And a lot of my friends were in Seoul, so I would travel to Seoul every weekend or every other weekend.
There's a few of us teachers in this group, and we all got together as we were chatting about that one day, and we're like, let's just run away and go teach in South Korea.
I support this.
Yeah.
I've been teaching for the last 6 years too, so.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
But engineering, not
Oh,
not English.
first
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Denise.
Oh God, how did I get started? I think the first video / song I ever heard, was DNA. And then kind of sort of listened to them. I'm really just into like world music in general. I like music in different languages. It's not uncommon for in my car to listen to 4 or 5 different languages within an hour car ride.
Mm-hmm.
So it happened to come on in one of my recommended, and I pulled it up. I was like, this is awesome. And then just kind of sort of dabbled in it. And then I think it was 2018. Yeah, it must have been 2018. I went through a really difficult period. My husband and I had gone through some fertility treatments. I had 6 miscarriages.
Wow.
Trying to get pregnant, and it was just awful. And Love Yourself came out, and I just lost it. Like absolutely just dove in, jumped in head first. And it really resonated with me that the answer is you have to love yourself. And that opened the door for so many other things. And then I just jumped in the rabbit hole. And I'm kind of a person that likes to spread joy and happiness. And most of us in One in an Army will agree that, again, like they say, I'm the J-Hope, so I like to spread that. And I feel like BTS does a lot of that with the world. There's a lot of ugly and a lot of really difficult things going on in the world, but that doesn't mean we can't spread love and encouragement to others. So, yeah.
Wow, it's powerful. Malika?
Yeah, so me, it was, so I was a K-drama fan since 2012, and I was following this K-drama fan page on Instagram. They were also an army back then, and in 2015, they posted about the dance break of Dope, the music video Dope. You know that the dance break. So I was very impressed by their dancing skills, and the song itself, it was very catchy. So yeah, that's how it started for me. So I kept doing my research, finding out more about them and stuff. And then by September, I became an army. Like in 3 months, I had already watched all their other videos and stuff. So yeah, it was very easy to become an army back then. There wasn't that much content compared to now,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my story basically.
Nice.
Yeah.
The first time that you guys watched Dope, did you also think like that it was sped up because no way can they move that quickly, move their feet?
Yeah. That was very impressive, because I thought it was an edit at first. It was I thought the fan edited it, to be faster than it was. So I went to check the music video, and it was like that. So I'm like, no way, they can't dance that good,
Yeah.
But it's true, they are just very talented. That's how, I became a fan.
So let's go with Michelle first.
Okay, so it was a general progression. It was gradual. I saw Dope, the music video, first on a K-pop reaction video, and they were the ones that I was drawn to first.
From FBE,
yes, yeah. When was that?
That's how I got into.
That was 2015, right?
Yeah, I think I did it with Not Today, so in 2017. Right?
Okay. Yeah, I saw it then, and then I was kind of like a casual army at first, like casual fan at first, and then started watching Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and that's when it really started trying to look for information about them. And then by her, that's it. I was already an army and super happy about it.
Nice. Erica?
Yeah, for me, it was 2017, and I was actually part of a K-drama group. And I had just gotten into K-dramas, and the people that were in there were trying to get me into K-pop. And I said, no, I don't, not interested in anything. So, but they kept showing me videos, and I actually, and I remember this recently. They were describing Taeyong as having a box smile, and I went to Google that to see what is a box smile, and it was all pictures of him, and he was adorable. And so, and I ended up clicking a video to see something, and I started getting into the compilations about who are the members and everything, and it just went straight down from there.
I can see that happening. You fall down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Lena, how about you?
For me, it was also in 2017 from the FB channel. I don't actually remember which MV was on it, but watching one, watching second, finding out about theories, by the time I was down that road of the stories, I had already listened to like half of their discography, and it was too late to go back one by one. I was in the hole.
Nice. So FB very helpful for ARMY. And Larry?
For me, I think it was also 2017. I was a Troye Sivan fan back then, and I remember after the BBMAs, in interviews, I think they always talked about him, so I always saw that on my Twitter timeline. And I don't know, I started finding out about K-pop, so I decided to check them out. And at first, I thought I wouldn't like them, but somehow, I don't know what happened.
I woke up 2 weeks later, binging everything. So let's go. We'll do in order, like Louise, Uni, Dolly, Elizabeth.
Okay. I have like a very long version. I feel like I used to listen to K-pop when I was younger, which is a long time ago. And when I was around 20 or something, I stopped listening to it because it takes a lot of your time. But then when I was 25, maybe, I started to like get into dramas again, and I wanted to try and get to listen to the Korean music again, but it was like so different from when I was a fan. But then someone introduced me to BTS and some others, but BTS is the one that stuck, because I liked all the songs, and that's kind of what like stuck with me. And then you just start watching all this content, and then you just fall into the rabbit hole. Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Dolly?
Okay, so basically I was listening to mostly one or two groups in 2012, like Shiny and these groups. So I kind of had a lot of luck with my YouTube recommendation, and so the School of Tears MV with Jin Lips, and Jin Lips made me click, basically. So yeah, I found them just before they debuted. So I think they stuck with me because mostly this is the first group I saw debut. So yeah, I was like, this group is really interesting. They made something completely different from what I was used to see on my recommendations. That's kind of why I stuck with them. And with time, yeah, they really grew on me. So I guess I stayed like that.
Uni, how about you?
Hi, I'm back. So I became a fan during the HYYH era, most beautiful moment in life. And I became a fan because of Dope. I actually knew them way before during their debut days, I already knew them, but I didn't become a fan before. So I tried listening them out during the Dope release, and I immediately became a fan. And then I started watching Bangtan Bombs and their other funny, hilarious videos, and that's how I became an ARMY. Basically, I stayed by their side because they helped me when I went through a lot of stuff in my life. They're the ones who are there for me through their music. So I'm still an ARMY until now.
Okay. It's kind of a funny story. It was actually my birthday. It was my 16th birthday, and I was just kind of like messing around on YouTube, and I was looking up like how to sing happy birthday in different languages, and one of them that came up was obviously in Korean from its Korean channel, and I started going through the channel, and there was videos with part of the group Top Dog.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, lots of members of that group trained with BTS before either of them like
Debut.
separated out and became their own groups and went on. So somehow, like, through the power of the algorithm, I started getting recommended BTS videos, and then, you know, I clicked on one music video just to see how it was, and then 10 hours later I came out of my trance and I was like, oh, this is what I'm doing now. Okay, here we go.
Very relatable, but I love that it's from
the best birthday present.
I think like half of us maybe are people that joined like after, like around the Love Yourself era.
Yeah, Love Yourself was my first comeback because I was June 2017. So lots of us joined in Love Yourself.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know that.
we're discovering stuff together.
That seems reasonable. That sounds about right.
And do you guys have a bias in BTS?
Yeah, I have two. It's Yoongi and Namjoon. And it has to do with the fact that they're both kind of introspective and they're both very dorky, and that they seem to really show themselves, express themselves the most through writing. And I can relate to that a lot.
Very cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm OT7. I keep trying to pick a bias and it never works. So my bias just depends. I spin the wheel and it'll land on any member any particular day, and that's I usually have an ongoing joke in the group. It's just like, today I'm on a Yoongi spiral. Today I'm on a Namjoon spiral. Today it's Hobie. So yeah, OT7. That's all.
There are 7 days in the week, so every day.
Yes. So it works out. Yeah.
Lena?
Well, my default answer is always Jungkook, but that really honestly changes every day.
Today the song, that 10,000 hours.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes.
His
He
voice
has such
is
a beautiful voice.
Yeah, it's just the sweetest man ever. Larissa?
For me, my bias is Namjoon, but yeah, Jimin is slowly getting to the same level.
I feel you. It's very hard. Jimin dancing, Jimin smile.
Yeah.
Oh, Jimin being cute, Jimin being sexy. So you just can't.
It's true.
It's like the yeah. And who's your bias?
On most days, Jimin, but you know how it is.
Yeah. They keep coming at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Yuni? Yuni? Nice. And bias?
I have known. How can you choose between them? Seriously, no, they don't make it easy. I think I don't have a bias. That's not possible to choose for me.
Yeah. I completely understand.
That's relatable. I mean,
Yeah. And a bias?
My main bias is Yoongi, Suga, and my bias wrecker is Namjoon.
Excellent. Who's your bias?
I don't have a bias. I'm the same. How can you choose? It's not possible.
So who is your bias? I know.
Always a hard question.
No.
Me first, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I love all 7. But we all have to have a bias to make our lives and our wallets easier, right? So J-Hope's my bias, and then if I have to choose like a second one, maybe RM. But yeah, because J-Hope's he's just amazing. Like, he's like literal sunshine, brightness in the room, everything that I need when I'm really stressed out at work or dealing with things that make me really unhappy. So
Yep.
it's a good reminder to kind of smile and also like share that with someone else.
I feel like J-Hope is the one like that's so just comes alive on stage. Like, when you see him, like There's a reason why your J-Hope is a thing. Like, it's insane. It's amazing.
J-Hope!
Exactly. It's my favorite. When Yoongi just randomly shouts J-Hope like that, I just it brings a smile to my face.
Hey, if his presence can bring Yoongi out of his, out of himself, that's just so amazing. I need that. I'm an introvert, so I really need people like that.
Same.
Same.
I'm the opposite. I am not.
No. Really?
No, I am super, super, super outgoing. Sometimes a little overmuch.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm next. Who's by? And I'm again. I like all of them, but again, you kind of have to have one, maybe two. I'm torn between J-Hope and Jimin, very much so, because I have that kind of personality of like really outgoing, really personable, but like super driven and dedicated. Like J-Hope is. I will like do things over and over and over and over and over to get it right. And take that extra time to do things. And then a lot like Jimin in that I like to laugh and be silly and animated, and I am notorious for hugging people all the time. So, yeah.
The real question is, are you obsessed with Namjoon's thighs like Jimin is?
Oh, God. Just the thigh controversy, it's hard to pick. Because like listen, there's nothing better than like listen, I can't, that's like a whole rabbit hole. How do you even talk about that? Jimin in some short shorts. You're just like, wait, what where did that come from? I can't even handle it.
Okay, let's go to Monica before we go down a very different rabbit hole. Monica, who's your bias?
I was, this is not fair. Like I can't really decide anymore because I guess sometimes you think it's one member, then sometimes you think it's another one, and it keeps going. So I can't really say like this member is my bias because tomorrow it might change, So I don't know.
These are
It
the
depends.
Okay.
It depends on the video. Maybe in a run episode. you never know, yeah. So.
Or a member for each day of the week.
Yeah. That's
J-Hope is
better.
Friday.
7
J-Hope is
days,
Friday.
7 members. Perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, I love that.
A member per day.
Yeah. Did any of you get a chance to see them in concert?
Oh,
yes.
Where?
No.
Really?
But I have tickets. I have for when it gets rescheduled. I have tickets for both nights for Santa Clara, and we are. God, where are we? We're row 9, and we got gold sound check for night 1, and then night 2, we are the last row in the entire event center. So
that's
I
also
figure we'll get
no bad seats.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it'd be cool to like have the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
Funny
you
story
go
about that
live.
too. So
Amazing.
we were buying tickets, and my sister and I both got drawn for the raffle and the membership raffle. And she's like, well, you already bought the tickets. And I said, well, we could buy a couple more. So we ended up buying, in the end, between 3 of us, me, my sister, and a friend, we ended up with 2 extra seats in the very last row. So we have a friend who runs another fan base, and they were doing a fundraiser, and we donated the tickets. So we're going to get to go and hang out with 2 random people who got a set of tickets by donating to charity. And then there's a group of people that happen to have started a online group and then a WhatsApp chat room, and they're all going to get together when we go to the concert whenever it gets rescheduled.
I think like that's one of the things about a BTS concert is meeting ARMY. It's just
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
Yeah. What about
I'm gonna cry.
GT Malika?
No, I never got to go to one, sadly. Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
So
I wish every army would get to concert.
Same. It's
I want to.
in the future. Yeah.
Maybe by the time they reschedule it, I could afford to also book for Los Angeles. That's kind of what I want to do.
Yes, come.
I know I want to, because then Sammy and I can hang out.
Yes.
Dawn should be there too, so she could come too. It's it's hard. I got a husband and a 4-year-old and scheduling everything. It's just like.
But Santa Clara is also in California, though, right?
Mhm.
Yes. That's Northern California.
Yeah, like I actually got to go to Wembley. I went both days because I said it was just perfect timing because I just had a presentation about my PhD thesis to all these professors in the department, and it's like this really big event. And that same day, I finished the presentation at 3 p.m. I had a flight at 7. I flew to London, and I was like, okay, if I'm flying especially for the concert, then I should go to both days. And
yes.
And then at the end, I decided to buy the day 2 ticket to go to buy from scalpers and go to soundcheck. It was incredibly expensive. But I actually my original ticket I ended up giving for free to someone, and it was a pretty good seat too. I ended up giving it for free, and I was in day 2 in the soundcheck. It was amazing.
Yeah, was it good?
Amazing, and everyone cried, and because the whole Young Forever thing, and
yeah.
That was such an iconic concert.
Yeah,
it was.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna cry like a big fat baby.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Wembley DVD like crazy.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. It's fun.
I think the hardest tickets to buy are BTS concert tickets for Korea.
Oh,
because I I had to buy some for final, speak yourself final, and you literally look at grapes and they disappear instantly, and you're like
really,
and you click on things and they disappear.
Wow.
Oh.
I was lucky enough to get one ticket in the far dark corner of the stadium, but it and I had to be really lucky to get that one. It would have been impossible because 2 of my friends actually got the raffle for October, and they were going. They're like, "You have to go with us," and I was like, "I don't have a ticket." And we tried for a whole week.
Wow.
To get tickets, and that was the one ticket I managed to get. I was so lucky and grateful for that.
That's amazing. Did any of you get the chance to see them in concert?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Actually, me and Elizabeth has been on the same concert twice.
Really?
Yeah, and we actually didn't know about it until later.
I saw them Chicago 2018. When was Love Yourself? Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah, 2018.
Chicago twice again for Speak Yourself, and then Paris too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very happy.
I went to Citi Field. That was my first ever concert in my life, and then I also went to Citi Field for Love Yourself, and then I was at MetLife again for the Speak Yourself tour. They were amazing.
Wow, your first ever concert, you start with BTS. You can't watch anything else after that.
Yeah, there's no point.
Nothing will compare to it.
That's what I'm hearing. I don't have anything to try to compare, but from everything that I've heard, there's no point in even going to other concerts. So
Yeah, it'll just
I can save my money and give it all the big hit and one time.
Lena?
Not me. I was supposed to go this July, but well, the situation happened.
Yeah. I was planning to go I went to Wembley, but I was planning to go to the London and Berlin concerts in this tour. We're actually supposed to meet one of the other members of our YouTube channel, Billy. She's from England, so we were actually supposed to meet up in real life and go together.
Yeah.
But
have
maybe in the future.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Teresa?
I went to Love Yourself in Berlin, and then I actually went to Wembley too.
Really?
Yeah.
We were there together.
So many people were there, but I didn't meet anyone.
I had
Yeah.
met in Wembley. This woman, I was like all happy, and I was by myself. But you meet people like instantly. And so I was walking by, and I met this Korean woman that was there with two of her friends, and they were like 55 or something. And flew especially to Wembley. And she was like, she was with her phone, like taking my video and asking me like how I got into BTS and all that. And I was like, yeah. And then I said, actually, I'm going to Korea next week or in 2 weeks from now. And she said, really, you have to like, let's exchange Instagram and meet in Korea. And she managed to go to the fifth master. And she gave
Cool.
Yeah.
I wish.
Give me this as a present.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
And it was crazy. Like, I don't know if it's common in Korea, but she was like, you have to tell me when you're getting there. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I said, I'm getting on, I don't know, Thursday. And she said, excellent, what's your flight? I'll pick you up from the airport. I'm like, I don't know you. Like,
Oh,
no, listen,
right.
I'll go to the, also it's like a 12-hour flight. So like, no, I'll go to the hotel and then I'll tell you and we can meet up for lunch or something. And she said, no, I'm picking you up. I was like, okay. So she showed up at the airport. She picked me up in her Mercedes.
What?
In Gangnam. She has like a 4-story house in Gangnam.
Woo.
Her husband is a doctor. She's like, has a bar. And she's a sommelier.
Oh, yeah.
And the top two are like their apartment. And so she took me all around, and we went to eat lunch at this very nice place. Like it wasn't Korean barbecue or something else. And then we went to the BT21 store together.
That's just walking into that store is like just throw your wallet on the countertop and walk away.
Seriously. Like seriously.
It's terrible.
It's insane. Like this past 3 years, I've been to Japan a lot. I went to Japan for like 4 times, and there's a BT21 in Harajuku. I think most of my money stayed there. Like if I had just a little bit more room in my luggage, I would just go there and buy more stuff.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I don't even have to go anywhere. Online, 50% off menu, like it comes up and I'm like, oh man, this is damaging. This is just not okay. My poor wallet.
It's kind of bizarre. So like they opened up a line store in Hollywood, and like the first we went every month. It was ridiculous. We went every month and we always came out with so many bags, and we're just like, what happened? But we still went.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, when you come to visit, you have to take me.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I will drive you around and give you the tour of all the BTS things. But yeah, it's amazing how, because I'm kind of more reserved in general, and I never really interacted with anybody through the internet, especially strangers. But suddenly when I started looking into BTS more, and then I was like, I can't be the only one that feels this way about them. I went online and found like ARMY, and they're in so many platforms, right? And it's so true, like it's so welcoming. You go in and suddenly you have all of these friends in a group chat, and you're all talking about it. Yeah, and that energy also transferred for me into concerts as well. So the first concert I ever went to was Love Yourself in LA Staples Center. And I just talked to ARMY in line. I just felt like I was able to open up myself to so many people, which I would never do, because I don't know, it was really interesting for me, that aspect of it. So it's amazing that you met an ARMY in Korea that would just pick you up and like take you around. That's amazing. But also I'm like not surprised.
I was just gonna say that, but not surprising.
Yeah, like ARMY are just, it's like finding a family everywhere. Like again, like I've been traveling a lot, and I travel a lot by myself usually because it's for work. I just have a really nice boss that doesn't mind that I take like the week I'm supposed to go to work and then like make it 3 weeks. So yeah, so like we have a lot of conferences and so I travel for that. And so I had to learn, like I'm very much an introvert, and I had to learn like how to yeah, I swear. Like for me, like COVID, like someone asks me why I'm not meeting anyone, and that's fantastic to me. Like no expectations for yourself. Like, everyone, like my parents are not on me for staying on the couch. So yeah, but like I had to learn, and I like trained myself on how to meet people and talk to them, and because it's important like to know how to do networking, or just like it's fun like when you travel by yourself to get to know people. Because I've always been like more of a food culture and people person rather than like beautiful views and mountains and trekking. Like that's not really my style. So part of how you get to know the place is you get to know the people. And so now that you can like instantly find the army everywhere, and
Love
you,
it.
like I was in Japan like a month before COVID. It was when they had a concert in Shizuoka, and I was actually to Shizuoka by complete coincidence. It was for someone else to join. It was completely like a coincidence, and I was in the train, and there were these 2 Japanese girls that had like a BT21 plushie on their like a keychain, and I was like, I traveled with my RJ and Koya to take pictures, so I like pulled one of them out, and they saw it and they smiled, and then I moved to sit next to them, and we started talking, and they don't know English, I don't know Japanese, but we made it work. Thank God for Google Translate. We made it work, and it was like 40 minutes drive, and we were talking, and like everyone on the train were like so confused.
That's so cool that you can meet people like that. My sister did something like that. She's also Army. She's a project manager for a big nonprofit. She happened to be at some state conference for the census, and she happened to sit down, and somebody next to her had an RJ keychain. And then my sister had a Koya keychain, and they happened to see it from across the thing, and my sister decided to move from her over to sit next to the lady and start talking to her, and they just had like this huge conversation. And she happened to be a correspondent for the White House previously, and then she switched over into like federal state level things, and yeah, they just blossomed this friendship, which kind of goes back to the whole like BTS fans are not 12-year-old screaming raging girls.
Yeah.
People who have careers and older. I'm almost 40, so
I'm 34.
Yeah.
Me and my boss were in a conference in Korea, I think it was Gwangju, and and they were like, we were talking again, and I said like hello, and he said, how do you know? I said, oh, I like BTS. And he was like, did you know that one of them sometimes comes here? And it was like a month before Namjoon went there, and Namjoon's family used to go there like every Christmas. So he was like, did you know that one of them like goes here sometimes, comes here sometimes? And he was like, and so proud and so happy and in the gala there, the entire like playlist was BTS.
That's so awesome.
So awesome. See all these people like eating and like BTS in the background.
That's awesome.
My poor boss got a full lecture on who is BTS, what are they doing, what's going on.
Oh, I love doing that when people randomly ask. I have a tattoo. I don't know if you can see it.
Do the like makeup trick, like when they do this.
We all have
yeah.
one.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, there you go. Tattoo
Rainbow.
sisters.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
So it's cool to like have people ask about it, and then you get to open the door and you're like, do you know BTS? Do you know BTS? Do you know BTS? Yes, I know BTS. And then you just open it.
I'm afraid of that, actually.
Oh god, I love it.
So much has to come out if they open that door. So I'm afraid like a lot will come out.
I have a feeling that there's a reason why the devil emoji is purple. Like,
yep.
That's exactly for that question. I have a cousin who asked me, he was like sending me this song that's like K-pop inspired. And he said, what do you think? And I said, I don't really like K-pop. And he's like, what? Because he knows I like BTS. What? I said, yeah, I like BTS. He said, so what's the difference?
Oh, yeah.
And we ended up doing like an episode for this podcast where I explained to him and his wife a little about BTS.
I love it.
That's perfect.
I love it so much.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
That's the thing with ARMY, right? Like, don't ask unless you really want to know, because we're going to give you everything.
Exactly.
I have
books.
Yep. I wanted to ask, like, are any of your family members or friends ARMY?
Yeah, so I kind of, when I fell down the hole, I kind of took down like 6 other people with me at the same time.
Yes!
So, a lot of times I feel bad about it, but then it's been like the best 2 or 3 years of my life. And we're like we have such a like close relationship because like adding the BTS dynamic with it. So it's been really fun.
That's amazing.
I love it.
Serious power.
Mine, I've seemed to take not so many friends. Like we moved out here a couple of years ago. And surprisingly, it's hard to make friends out here. People are kind of like, I shouldn't say it's hard, but it's, they're acquaintances. I have a couple of friends here and there, but I took my sister and surprisingly, I took my dad.
I took my dad.
My dad is absolute ARMY, and every time a new song comes out and every time a video comes out or there's something on the TV, he calls me and says, Janice, are you going to come over and watch this with me?
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, Dad, yes,
so
I
cute.
will. He really wanted to come to the concert with us. He can't because he's watching my furrow because my husband has to work. But he really wanted to come, and there was this whole elaborate plan. He's like, okay, I want to dye my hair like V because I like the color, and you have to do purple, Janice. And I'm like, okay, Dad.
That's amazing.
That's so cute.
And my sister is diehard ARMY now. She wasn't originally. She goes, I don't understand why, what your obsession is with this, and just doesn't make any sense. And then I started talking about it, and then she started looking into it, and she's like, I'm done. That's it. How do I get into this, and what do I have to do? And now she's in it fully. Like we are, we'll wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning when an album gets released and squeal over it for an hour and then go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the best.
We do that all the time. Yeah, Sammy, you're on the same time zone as me. You understand that, right? And you try to sleep and you're like, I can't do it.
And then we're like, okay, time for bed. Wait, have you stayed up for award shows yet? Or
Yes. I am dedicated, man. What award show was it? When it was Jin's birthday.
Okay, Mama.
Yeah, for sure.
Usually
all night. I stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning.
I set an alarm at 9 o'clock to take a nap, and then I wake up at 1:30 to see them walk the red carpet, and then leave the stream on, and like just I'm in and out of consciousness. I'm like, are they performing yet? And it's usually it's like 4 o'clock a.m. that they come on, right?
Yeah.
And this past Mama, I think I met up at a friend's house. So there's like 3 or 4 of us, and we're at a friend's house at like 2 a.m. in the morning. We're like, we're ready for this. Grab the snacks. They perform, and at 4 or like close to 5 a.m. we're all cracked out, but we're so excited because BTS just performed like for 35 minutes. It was amazing, and it ends, and we drive home. It's like the sun is out. It's a different walk of shame, but it's
so
feels
great.
good.
I love it. I did that exact same thing for what was it? I think it was Bang Bang Con.
Yeah.
We went to bed at like 7 and woke up at 1, and we had there were 3 of us, me and my sister, and then a friend of mine via I think we were Zoom or FaceTime, something like that. And we had all 246. Yeah, we had like 6 different devices going all at once. We had the TV, the computer, the iPad, both phones. I mean, we were like, and it was that same thing. We stayed up all night. I made it till 4 o'clock until I was like, I could make it.
The BamBamCon, the concerts, right? Yeah. I tried my best to stay up too. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, wait. Was it BamBamCon? That was the one. No, the one that we tried to stay up all night was
it was probably the 2-day BamBamCon.
Yes.
Yeah, the concert.
Yes. It was that one where it was all the concerts all in a row. Yeah, that one. We like almost made it. Almost. But I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Just couldn't.
I think the first 3 concerts, the first 3 concerts, your energy is like really high. It's, you know, like super high. You're like, every time they start a new song, you're like, oh my God, this is the best song. And then like towards the 4th one, you're like,
is it done yet?
I think my body's giving
just a little lower. You're like, Yay. Oh, it's too funny.
What about you, family members that are into BTS? Aika?
Oh, I thought you were asking Gigi. I'm sorry.
No, I'm asking you. If you have any family members that...
So my little sister she's 10. She used to sit next to me and watch me watch stuff. So she naturally became one as well. Yeah. My friends, I have a couple friends who became armies as well. Originally they were like, I guess they were into, I don't know what happened. It's not my fault, but somehow they became army. They were into many groups, but lately they've been, into BTS more. So they're more into, army and BTS than others. It's not my fault, I promise. I didn't say anything. It just happened.
Listen, you can take it and own it because it's probably the best thing to have ever happened to them.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, it's their responsibility. It's not mine, but...
I get it. You don't want to shoulder that because you're like, I will spend my money and I will stay up at 4 a.m. to do this, but don't make me responsible for yours.
It's all you.
Oh God, it's funny. I contribute so much money, and some of it, like, I literally will be like, oh, this is beautiful, open it, and then stick it on my shelf and be like, I'm just gonna admire it from afar and know that I contributed and made it possible for them to continue their global domination and the spread of love and joy through the world.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
Are any of your family members or friends in real life army?
Yeah, my little sisters. She actually came with me to all of the concerts, so it's been like a nice bonding experience together. And we were supposed to go for the one in Orlando, or here in Florida, but yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
For me, my family's in a weird kind of place where they're very supportive because they know how much they mean to me. So they're like, oh yeah, those are those guys that you like and everything. I just moved here recently, and I'm near my sister and my niece, and I immediately started getting my niece into listening to BTS. So she's my baby army in training. So, but I think when she discovered BT21, she's 8. So when she discovered BT21, she became kind of a solo Jimmy stan, and so I guess. But she still enjoys the MVs with me, and she's really fond of chicken noodle soups.
So you're saying she ditched army for Unistar? She's
she's a Unistar fan. I don't even think she knows that she has a fandom name now. I should tell her that.
Lena?
Well, for me, it's a never-changing situation. I know a lot of armies in real life, but I'm not really particularly close with any of them.
Really? Do they know like that you're part of one in an army, part of this group, or?
Not really. Not really. That's not something I actually tell that much to them, especially those who are on Twitter. There are two friends that know, but they don't actually know much about it. They don't get it.
Interesting. Larissa?
No, I don't really have anyone either. Just one friend she likes BTS, but she likes many different groups. So I think she doesn't understand what I'm feeling.
Yeah, I get that. That's why we started this channel, because when you talk on Twitter, you only have 280 characters, and you don't really get to talk to people.
Yeah.
And most Army don't have any Army friends in real life or Army family members. So this way, we get a chance to talk and see each other, and it feels more friendly, I guess.
Yeah, it's fun.
A great idea.
I actually wanted to ask you, what I asked Lena. Do any of your family members know about what you do and all this One in an Army, the fact that you're a part of it, all the charity that you organize, all that?
Yeah, my mother knows, and my best friend does too, but I don't think they understand the scope of it really. They know we do charity work, and we get in contact with organizations, stuff like that, but I don't think they really understand the scope of it and the length that armies can go to help. So eventually, maybe, who knows?
Erica?
My mom knows. I tell my mom pretty much everything. So, she'll I have her watch our campaign videos every month, and tell her what the campaigns are about. And she has a habit of going off and bragging on Facebook or something. I've had to pull her back several times because she kept on going with this narrative that I invented one in her. I was like, Mom, no, there was a whole group of us. We're doing this together. She's like, yeah, no, but you okay. But but no, she's really supportive, and she's my buddy when sometimes we're talking about media articles, and sometimes we're growling if they did a bad job or something. So
what? Media articles that did a bad job? No one.
No, sometimes. Sometimes people just they get the wrong idea and write something strange, and then it's just like, oh my gosh, we have to clear this up. But for the most part, she's just really, really supportive, and she likes the fact that we're doing something that it's really having a positive impact on the world, and she's really impressed by Army as a whole, and BTS as an extension of Army, sort of the other way around. She's like, wow, I like this group, and then I like the fact that these boys inspired this. So
that's really sweet.
Yeah, she's sweet.
Lena, anyone in your family?
Well, my mother knows, and the only reason she knows is because I submitted a video I did for One in an Army for my class exam. But she doesn't exactly understand my motivation if I'm not getting paid. That's something she just doesn't get.
Which video did you submit?
The Rewind.
Oh,
doesn't
nice.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I'm such a huge fan of all her videos. So.
Yeah. Let's look forward to that day. Yeah.
Larissa?
Yeah, I mean, my mom and my brother know, but I think my brother kind of gets it because he follows us on Instagram and he's just younger, so he probably gets it a little bit more. But my mom, I try to explain things to her, and I think she tries to understand, but she doesn't really get what we're doing and if it really impact.
Do they find it weird that you love this pop group, you love this group, and all of a sudden you're donating money, you're organizing charities? How does that work, and why, and does that confuse them? Because that really confuses my parents.
Like I said before, I don't think at least my mother in particular doesn't really understand the connection between the two. I've definitely done charity work, I volunteered before throughout high school and college. So that's not unusual for her to know. The fact that BTS is attached to it or Army is attached to it doesn't really, I guess, matter to her. She's just supportive about it. one thing she will say though, and I'm sure the others have gotten it too, my mom would always ask me, why haven't you gotten paid for this yet? Like she doesn't get that it's out of love that we do this and out of the desire to help. But either way, it's pretty good. Cool.
My mom keeps asking the same thing.
Right, yes, I'm telling you. It's so funny.
She's like, you should be getting paid. You're putting so much work into this. Why are you, like, when are you gonna? I'm like, Mom, we're not doing it to get paid.
Yeah.
We're doing it because we really love doing this and we're really making an impact and everything. So but she's not the only one that said that. Like other people, you know, like maybe family members or something, as soon as you start explaining to them, they're like, so do you get paid? Are you getting paid for this?
Oh my God, yeah.
No, that's not why we're doing this. Oh my gosh, why is that everybody's focus? But you know, I mean, for people to understand, I guess you really have to kind of lead them into understanding who BTS are, and then you understand why they mean so much to people and why people would want to engage in these projects in their honor and in their behalf, and you know, because of their influence and stuff. So luckily I'm a talker when I get into the subjects. So I've pretty much explained it to the end and back with my mom, and so you know, she's with me. She's still wondering when I will get paid, but we're just ignoring that for now. But yeah, so I mean, you know, once you really have to, I guess, understand it, because people who are looking in from the outside, I've spoken to a lot of journalists, and sometimes it's just, you know, they seem very baffled, confused as to but why though? You know? And some, they don't focus on the why, they just focus on the, oh wow, fans are so wacky, look at all the stuff that they do because they like this boy band, but they don't ask the why. And I'm like, if you don't ask the why, you won't find out. So but yeah, as far as, you know, my family, they're, you know, mostly my extended family are, you know, not that interested. I keep seeing people on Facebook or someplace asking me, oh, those boys you like, these are your future husbands. I'm like, yeah, it's not like that. I'm not trying to marry them. I'm supporting them for other reasons. So,
I'm just supporting them financially.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh, are we sugar? Wait, no, okay, we're good.
Yeah, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Are any of your like close friends or family into BTS, or are you like me, alone in this?
I actually live with my cousin who is also an ARMY.
Really? Oh, that's fun.
That's a lot of fun.
My best friend is an auntie. I don't know if that helps at all. This makes the party kind of complicated sometimes when we choose the music, but okay, that works somehow. At least she doesn't say anything about the boys, so I don't care. It's okay. As long as you don't say something negative, it's okay. Not like music. It's fine. Music is just taste and things like that, so.
Yeah. But I love when they like start arguing with you or send you like clips from like articles, and you're like, come on, man.
Yeah. This is really sometimes frustrating because you're like really enthusiastic about what is happening when a release is coming in. For example, when On came in, I was like, oh, have you seen the new MV? And I was so excited. And she was like, yeah, I maybe will listen to it later. It was like, that kind of brought my hype down, but okay, it works.
So anyone wants to add anything?
No, thank you for having us. And seriously, interviews are usually not something I do, but this was super fun, relaxed right away. So thank you for having us. We had fun, lots of fun.
I think my cheeks like for smiling so much. Okay, so everyone send the purple hearts in One in an Army's direction and in the chat and in the comments. And thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll collab with BTS.
Okay, everyone. So goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
It was fun. Thank you.
Oh, did it hurt that no one saw it?
And thank you to ARMY for supporting our projects always and hyping us up. We couldn't do it without them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Thank you, Army.
Thank you, Army. Love you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. You.
I'm doing hearts as well. Also, you can see it.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. It was very fun.